You know, an interesting debate that's been going on is whether or not the Lakers would have been able to three-peat if you swap Tracy McGrady with Kobe Bryant. During that time, during that three-peat, I do actually think Kobe Bryant was a little bit better than Tracy McGrady, both in 1999, 2000, 2000, 2001, and in 2001, 2002. In 2000, 2001, I think Kobe Bryant was the fifth best player in the NBA. And in 2001, 2002, I think that Kobe Bryant was the second best player in the NBA. Behind Shaq, no worse than the third best player in the NBA. As I can do a comparison of how Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant played offensively during that time period. In 1999, 2000, Tracy McGrady averaged 15.4 points per game, 3.3 assists per game, and 6.3 rebounds per game, while averaging 1.9 blocks per game, so basically 2 blocks per game, and 1.1 steals per game. In 2000, 2001, he averaged about 27 points per game, really 26.8, 1.5 steals, 1.5 blocks, so you can up that to 2, 4.6 assists, so you can up that to 5, and 7.5 rebounds, you can up that to 8. Shooting splits for 1999-2000 season, 45% field goal percentage. The three-point line wasn't as needed at that point in time, so 27.7, and free throws 70.7. Field goal percentage for the 2000-2001 would be 45.7. Three-point percentage a lot better in the second season, 35.5, basically 36 if you round up. Free throw 73.3. And in the third season, averaged 25.6, so basically 26 points per game, 1 block a game, 1.6 steals a game, so basically 2 if you round up, 5.3 assists a game, and 7.9 rebounds per game. 3-point percentage 38.4. Free throw percentage 74.48, so basically 75, and 45% shooting. In 99-2000, he only played 31 minutes, but the other seasons he played a full 40 minutes and 38 minutes. As far as do I think they would actually three-peat, I'm unsure. That the Lakers struggled against the Trailblazers in the Western Conference Finals, nearly losing. And I don't think Tracy McGrady was as good as Kobe. I don't think he could have came up as clutch as Kobe. But Shaq at that time was kind of unstoppable. Maybe he would have been facilitating. 2001, I definitely do think they would have won in 2001. 2002 is another toss-up year, due to the fact that the Lakers nearly lost to the Sacramento Kings that year, and that's actually a controversial series, as many people believe that the Kings got robbed of an NBA championship. So that's something to think about as well. And I'm going to go to per 36 minutes for the 1999-2000 season. Even if you do the per 36, Tracy McGrady at that point in time would have only averaged about 18 points a game, but 2.2 blocks, 1.3 steals, 3.8 assists, 7.3 total rebounds, 4.6 defensive rebounds, 2.7 offensive rebounds. Field goal percentage goes up a little bit, or is relatively about the same if you adjust for per 36. Now I'm going to cross compare that to Kobe Bryant's stats as well. And another thing, y'all be forgetting, Kobe Bryant was making All-NBA first and All-NBA second team on top of all of this during his championship run, and All-NBA defensive first and second team. Y'all be forgetting that. You cannot leave that detail out when having this debate, when having this discussion, when having this conversation. You just can't leave it out. Kobe Bryant in 1999-2000 averaged 22.5 points per game, rounded up to 23. Blocks 0.9, rounded up to 1. Steals 1.6, you can round it up to 2 if you want. Assists 4.9, you can round it up to 5. Rebounds 6.3. 82.1 free throw percentage. And that's another thing that helps me decipher between Kobe Bryant and Tracy McGrady is the significant amount of free throw percentage gap, with Kobe Bryant being significantly better with the free throw percentage. 31.9% from 3, so basically 32. Kobe was a little bit better from the 3 for the most part. Maybe one season Tracy McGrady was better, and a little bit better from the field. 46.8% from field goal range, playing 38 minutes. In the second season, 2000-2001, Kobe Bryant averaged 28.9, basically 29 points a game. This is the season where I think he was the second best player in the league, behind Shaq. 0.6 blocks, basically 1.7 steals. Well, no, this is season where I thought he was top 5. My bad. 5 because of Allen. This is the season Allen Iverson took the Philadelphia 76ers to the finals with a very questionable roster. You can round that off to 6, 85.3 free throws percentage, 30.5 three-point percentage, and a 46.4 field goal percentage, playing 40.9 minutes per game. Now, 2001-2002, 25.2 points per game. The scoring was down a little bit, 0.4, I think for the whole league, 0.4 blocks per game, 1.5 steals per game, basically 2 steals per game, 5.5 assists per game, 5.5 rebounds a game, so you can up that to 6, 83.9 free throw percentage per game, only a 25.3 point percentage per game, so he struggled, and 46.9 field goal percentage. Now I'm going to look at how Kobe Bryant played in the playoffs. 21.1 points per game in 2000, 1.5 blocks per game, updated to 1.5 steals per game, updated to 4.4 assists per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, only a 75% free throw percentage, 34.4 3-point percentage, only a 44-point field goal percentage, playing 39 minutes per game, but he did play a lot of minutes. 2001, 29.4 points per game, 0.8 blocks per game, up there to 1.6 steals per game, 6.8 assists per game in 2001, 7.3 rebounds per game, 82.1 free throw percentage, 32.4 3-point percentage, 46.9 field goal percentage in 43 minutes per game, almost playing a full game. And in 2002, 26.6 points per game, 0.9 blocks per game, basically 1 block per game, 1.4 steals per game, 4.6 assists per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, 75.9 field goal percentage, 37.9 3-point percentage, basically 38, and 43.4 field goal percentage. And you know what? While I'm at it, why not look at his stats from the NBA Finals? And before I do that, I should also mention you can argue in most of, if not all, of the Western Conference Finals matchups, maybe besides the first matchup against the Portland Trailblazers, Kobe arguably outplayed Shaq. And in 2 of those Western Conference Finals series, the Lakers very well could have lost. I'll even go over the stats for those Western Conference Finals. As versus the Trailblazers, Kobe Bryant averaged 20.4 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 1.6 steals, 2.1 blocks, playing 43 minutes, shooting 43.9% from the field, and 50.2% from 3, 72.9% from the free throw line, while Shaq averaged 25.9 points, basically 26 points per game, 12.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 0.1 steals, and 1.9 blocks, and 45.8 minutes on 53.7 field goal percentage and 51.5 free throw percentage. And you already know Shaq did not shoot 3. Not to even mention in Game 7, Kobe outplayed Shaq against the Trailblazers, scoring 25 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds, all defensive rebounds, and 4 blocks on 47% field goal percentage. He only shot 1 of 4 from 3, so 25%, and he only shot 50% from the free throw line. But Shaq kind of struggled, having 18 points. He did get 5 assists. He did get a block. He did get 9 total rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. Only shot 66.7% from the free throw line, which might be good for Shaq's standards. But field goal percentage was 55.6. They struggled getting him the ball. In 2001 against the Spurs, Kobe Bryant averaged 33.3 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 7 assists per game, 1.5 steals a game, 0.8 blocks per game, playing 41.9 minutes, basically 42 minutes, only shooting 76.9% from the free throw line, basically 77%, 35.7% from 3, basically 36%, 51.4% from the field, which is very efficient, extreme, especially for Kobe Bryant. Shaq averaged 27 and 13. 2.5 assists, you can round it up to 3 if you want. 0.8 steals, you can round it up to 1 if you want. 1.3 blocks on 54.1 field goal percentage. Only 51.6 free throw percentage, which is basically what Shaq usually do. And 39 minutes per game. I would say Kobe Bryant in this series definitely outperformed Shaq. And in 2002, in the Western Conference Finals, Kobe Bryant averaged 27.1 points per game, 6.3 total rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.1 blocks. Playing 44 minutes, shooting 79.6% from the free throw line, basically 80%, 36.8% from the three-point line, basically 37%, field goal percentage 41.9, basically 42, while Shaq averaged 30.3 points per game, 13.6 rebounds per game, basically 14, 1.4 assists, 0.4 steals, 2.4 blocks on 41 minutes per game, 63.8 free throws percentage per game, and 53% field goal percentage. Now, I think Shaq slightly outplayed Kobe this series, but there's some people who would swear up and down that Kobe outplayed Shaq, and I think it's very, very, very close. In Game 6, they both showed up and showed out, but Shaq really showed up and showed out, dropping 41 points, 17 rebounds, 15 of them being defensive rebounds, only 1 assist, but 2 blocks. And Kobe had 31 points, 5 assists, 11 rebounds, and 9 of them being defensive rebounds. And Shaq actually got 76.5% from the free throw line, with Kobe Bryant shooting perfectly from the free throw line that night. That was crucial, as the Lakers was down 3-2 on the brink of elimination and stopping the three-peat from ever happening, which the Sacramento Kings had the perfect opportunity to do. In Game 7, both Kobe and Shaq showed up and showed out. And this is where I would actually argue that Kobe outplayed Shaq. Shaq had 35 points, 4 blocks, 2 assists, 13 rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. He did shoot 73.3% from the free throw line, and a 48% field goal percentage. Kobe had 30 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, 10 rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 80% from the free throw line, shooting 8 of 10, 66.7% from 3, hitting 2 out of his 3 threes. But, he did kind of struggle from the field, 36.5% field goal percentage. You could argue either way who outplayed who, but they both played exceptionally well in Game 7 as well as Game 6. But I think Game 6, you can clearly tell that Shaq outplayed Kobe, which is in Game 7, you can kind of argue one way or the other. If you argue for Kobe, it's because of his capability of being a good facilitator in Game 7. If you argue against Kobe, it's because of his field goal percentage. If you argue for Shaq, it's the fact that he scored more points and the rebounds that he got and the amount of blocks that he got. If you argue against Shaq, You can argue, yeah, his field goal percentage was good, but it wasn't nearly as good as it usually is. Or at least you could argue that. Now, if you look at the NBA Finals, it's not even close. Shaq definitely outplayed Kobe in the 2000 NBA Finals almost 3 times. You can argue. Played 3 times better than Kobe, as he averaged 38 points per game, 2.7 blocks, basically 3, 1 steal, 2.3 assists, and a whopping 16.7 rebounds per game. Even though he only shot 38.7% from the free throw line, doesn't shoot threes, but he had a 61% field goal percentage, while Kobe only averaged 15.6 points, but you can round it up to 16 points per game. A lot of that could be due to Reggie Miller injuring Kobe Bryant during that time. 1.4 blocks per game, 1 steal per game, 4.2 assists per game, 4.6 rebounds per game. He did shoot 90% from the free throw line, but only 20% from 3 and only 36.7% field goal percentage, which you can round that up to 30. However, in Game 4, when Shaq fouled out after dropping 36 points, 21 rebounds, with it being 14 defensive rebounds and 7 offensive rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, on 52% field goal percentage, 13 and 25 from the field. Kobe did step up. I believe he had about 18 points in the second half. He scored 28 points overall, 2 blocks, a steal, 5 assists, 4 total rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, and 51.9% from the field, basically 52%. Coming up clutch, helping the Lakers win in overtime without Shaq. That's something that I'm not 100% sure that 2000 Tracy McGrady would have been able to do. Maybe a year after that, 2001 Tracy McGrady probably could have did that, but I don't know about 2000 Tracy McGrady. Then you have Game 6, the closeout game, where both Kobe and Shaq showed up and showed out, but I think Shaq, of course, played better, as Shaq dropped 41 points, 12 total rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds. Only shot 25% from the free throw line, shooting 3 of 12, but shot 59.4% field goal percentage, 19 of 32. Wow. Kobe had 26 points, 2 blocks, a steal, 4 assists, 10 total rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, shooting 88.9% from the free throw line, 8 and 9, and 33.3% from 3, 2 of 6, but he only shot 29.6 field goal percentage, 18 to 27. Shaq also played 47.29 minutes in Game 6, basically the whole game, besides him dribbling out. And Kobe played 44 minutes and 44 seconds on that. In the 2001 NBA Finals, Shaq would outplay Kobe, and Allen Iverson would as well, as Shaq averaged 33 points per game, 3.4 blocks, 0.4 steals, 4.8 assists, 5.8 rebounds, shooting 53.3% from the free throw line, didn't shoot any threes, and shot 58.3% from the 2-point range / field goals. While Kobe averaged 24.6 points per game, you can round it up to 25, 1.4 blocks and 1.4 steals, 5.8 assists, you can round up to 6, 7.8 rebounds, you can round out to 8. 84.2% from the free throw line, 33.3% from the three-point line, and 41.5% field goal percentage. Shaq played 45 minutes per game, while Kobe played 46.8 minutes per game, basically 47. While Allen Iverson averaged 38.6 points per game, 0.2 blocks per game, 1.8 steals per game, you can round it out to 2, 3.8 assists per game, you can round it up to 4, 5.6 rebounds per game, you can up that to 6, 72.9% from the free throw line, you can round it up to 73, 28.2% from three-point range, and 40% field goal percentage, while he played 48.4 minutes per game. But at that point in time, I think Shaq was the best player in the world, and Allen Iverson was the second best player in the world. So getting outplayed by the two best players in the world, you can't really blame Kobe for that. If you're curious, I think I had Tim Duncan at 3 at the time, and C. Webb at 4, and Kobe would have been at 5 for the 2000-2001 season. And for the 2001-2002 season, Shaq once again outplayed Kobe in the NBA Finals, averaging 36.3 points per game, 2.8 blocks per game, 0.5 steals per game. You can up that to 3-1, 3.8 assists per game, you can up that to 4, 12.3 rebounds per game, 66.2% free throw percentage, then shooting threes, and 59.5 field goal percentage. You can up that to 60, while playing 41.5 minutes, you can up that to 42 minutes. While Kobe averaged 26.8 points per game, you can up that to 27, 0.8 blocks, up that to 1, 1.5 steals, you can up that to 2, 5.8 rebounds, you can up that to 6, 80.6 free throw percentage, you can up that to 81, 54.5% from 3, you can up that to 55, and 51.4 from the 2-point range / field goals in general, and 43.8 minutes per game. While Tracy McGrady in the playoffs from 2000-2002, first season 2000, averaged 16.7 points per game, can run it up to 17, a steal and a block per game, 3 assists per game, 7 rebounds a game, 87.5 free throw percentage, you can run up to 88, 28% from 3, run up to 29, 38.6 field goal percentage, can run up to 39. In minutes per game, he averaged 37 minutes a game. In 2001, 33.8 points per game, 1.3 blocks per game, 1.8 steals per game, 8.3 assists per game, which is quite impressive, 6.9 rebounds per game, 81.6 free throw percentage, only 20% from 3, only 41.5% field goal percentage, we can round out to 42, averaging 44.5 minutes per game, you can round out to 45. And in 2002, 30.8 points per game, around out to 31, 1.8 blocks per game, around out to 2, 0.5 steals per game, around out to 1, 5.5 assists per game, around out to 6, 6.3 rebounds a game, 73.9 free throw percentage, 31.3 three-point percentage, 46.2 field goal percentage, and 44.5 minutes per game. In 2000, the Raptors got swept by the Knicks 3-0. 2001, he went to the Magic, and the Magic lost 3-1 to the Milwaukee Bucks. And then in 2002, they will lose 3-1 to the Charlotte Hornets. 1999-2000, man, if they did beat the Blazers, it would have had to been in overtime. I don't see a scenario where they would have beaten the Blazers in regulation if you swap Kobe Bryant with Tracy McGrady. And if the Lakers do get past the Blazers, I do think they would have beaten the Indiana Pacers in Game 7. I think they win in 2001. No matter what, maybe they struggle a little bit more against the Spurs or the 76ers than they actually did. But I think they win in 2001. 2002, man, I can really see them losing in 2002 in Game 7 to the Sacramento Kings. But they made it through. I think, they wouldn't have too much problems with the Nets. I think it's a possibility that the Lakers would have been able to three-peat, but they would have struggled a lot more. They probably would have messed around and went to overtime with the Blazers. Might have messed around and went to double overtime with the Kings. But there's only one championship they guaranteed to win, 2000 and 2001. So what I would say happens instead, let's say they lose in double overtime to the Blazers in 2000. The Blazers wind up beating the Indiana Pacers in 7 games in the 2000 NBA Finals. Let's say 2002, they lose in overtime against the Kings. The Kings wind up being the Nets in 2002. You know what? I still think they would probably lose to the Spurs in 2003 as well. I think they would struggle against Minnesota, but win. And I think they probably lose to the Pistons in the finals too. Still. But I'm not sure if Shaq would leave, because I think him and Tracy McGrady would get along well, unlike him and Kobe. So yeah, guys, instead of Shaq leaving, the Lakers in free agency, I think, would get Tracy McGrady's cousin, Vince Carter, and Steve Nash, and 2 blockbuster deals. And let's also say, because of the fact that the Phoenix Suns would not be winning in a scenario with Steve Nash being a Laker instead of a Sun, he would not want to be in Phoenix neither. He wouldn't be considered a big superstar yet. So let's say they can get him too. So the starting 5 would be at the point guard position, Steve Nash. At the shooting guard position, Vince Carter. At the small forward position, Tracy McGrady. At power forward, Amari Stoudemire. And at center, Shaq for the 2004-2005 Los Angeles Lakers. As far as the MVP goes in the scenario, it's very, very interesting. I don't think they would want to give it to Steve Nash. It's very possible they wouldn't want to give it to Shaq. So it might go to Dirk. But the Lakers would be very, very dominant. They'll probably win 69 games, maybe even break the single season record, maybe even 74 before, but how dominant his team is. I mean, they would have arguably 2 top 5 players, arguably 4 top 10 players, and arguably 5 top 15, top 20 players. In 2005, I think Shaq was the 2nd best player, and I think Steve Nash was the 7th best player. So, if even you want to lowball it, you have 2 top 10 players, you have 4 top 15 players, if not top 20 players, and then 25 top 20 players, if not top 25 players, even if you really want to low ball. It's also the Lakers here. They spend a lot of money, and they don't mind doing it, especially back then. So it's possible they could get the same amount of depth as the Suns, maybe even the same amount of players as the Suns. Matter of fact, I think they would build. I could really see them building a team just like how the Phoenix Suns did in real life, and even in Shaq, I could see him building a team so stacked that even if Shaq did get injured. Matter of fact, I think they would still win a championship. But let's say for the sake, Shaq doesn't get injured. Let's say because of how dominant his team is, he wins MVP, and he wins Finals MVP. Then I see them repeating with them being almost as dominant as they were the year before. Let's say they played the Pistons, 05, swapped them, then played the Heat, swapped it. Even by the time 2007 comes around, this version of this team would be too dominant, as they win another champion. And Shaq doesn't get injured in this scenario, so he might not be 2000 Shaq, but he's still arguably the best player in the league, maybe besides someone like LeBron. His decline is slower in this scenario. Yeah, after 2007, I'm not saying they would win every year, but they would build a team stacked enough to do it, even if the guys get older. Guys would be able to stay healthy all the way up to the 2011-2012 season. They would be able to pretty much compete. Not saying they would win, but they would be. Let's just say, for the sake of the video, they win about the same amount of championships that they did in real life in the Kobe era, just in different years. And I'm assuming they're able to make some of the same trades that they did in real life. And, with it being the Lakers, they can finesse their way, at least in the early or, the mid-2000s, of building this kind of like the same team that the Phoenix Suns did. Obviously they might have to sacrifice money, which they didn't care about. Those are all assumptions, but based off how the Lakers have historically operated, I think they are fair assumptions. But that's it. That's all. It's your boy, King JTH, breaking down this whole hypothetical of what if Kobe and TMAC traded places.